hello everyone, and welcome back to the Redstone Quarry podcast. Today, episode 2, not 12, it's 15.
15.
Yeah, I mess up within the first couple of seconds. Great. I guess we're gonna first start with everyone who's here, or else enemy will kill me again.
Hey, it's me, enemy.
I'm Niels.
I'm Myren.
I am Wout, and well, I guess since he's muted right now, we'll quickly mention that RedstoneJazz is also here with us today, but he's muted right now, so in case he starts talking later on, that's the voice you maybe don't recognize. So yeah, the reason why we have Myren and Jazz here is because, well, a lot of stuff happened this week with the quarries and stuff. Also, enemy set up the quarry work group, so that has been, I'm not sure if it has been helping that much. I don't follow it well. I guess maybe we'll talk about that. But yeah, a lot of quarry stuff have been happening this week. We also got the first CD quarry. So I guess, especially with our other episode last week, we thought it would be good to a bit of a real quarry episode this week. So yeah. But of course, we're also gonna go over the normal subject.
The other episode, was it a fake episode then?
Not really. We just ended up talking a lot about it in the end, right?
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, last episode was basically one of my videos replicated by enemy, and before what other people done.
Yes, that's how we do episodes. We're like, this guy made an invention. Let's just copy them. Okay.
No, I tried my best to put all the you did you thought so much about it and categorized and explained all the problems, and I tried to mention them all because they're all really important to making the quarry work, right? So that's why it's, I guess, such an quote unquote copy of the
No,
video.
I'm okay with it.
Oh well. So yeah, with the intro out of the way, I guess. Are we gonna go to follow up?
Yes.
Okay.
Niels,
so-
follow up.
Follow up. Not a lot. I look it up exactly.
Have there been in your
Oh, but
on...
one thing. The
Yeah?
channel now has youtube.com/c/redstone quarry, so you don't have to put that strange random code of letters in it. So
Oh
yeah.
yay!
yay.
What does
We're
the
totally
C
not
stand for?
advertising.
Why is it
I think
C instead
channel.
of U?
I think it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's just for channels.
Not users, channels. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. So I guess Niels, you're logged into the account, right?
Yeah.
Can you check your notifications, because I thought actually it was probably gonna be better if you do that, because I see there are last time I logged on, I saw people also responding a lot to other videos. So I guess maybe we can, you know what? Maybe Enemy and I can go through the one on episode 14, and well, also Myren if you want to. And then you can try to find some other ones if they are there.
yeah, episode 14, there wasn't a lot. Most of it was talking about how Niels changed his name on Google Plus, but that's not really interesting. So, the interesting comment was from Eve, and he asked for the list I mentioned because he wants to know more about flying. He knows stuff about flying machine and budding, but he never looked really into quarry stuff. And the list is, of course, last week I mentioned I will make a list with basic with videos about quarries and slime block machines to for people who are new to this, have stuff to look up and learn from, get into all the quarry stuff and how it works, and actually making own quarry stuff. So the list is not done yet. I'm had quite a busy week, so yeah, it's not done yet. It hopefully will be done by next week. So yeah, sorry.
Hopefully.
Apologies,
Soon.
yeah,
soon when it's done.
soon, like Mojang when they say soon.
No, not that kind of soon, but
Okay.
actually happening soon, hopefully.
I like that was really... Apparently RedstoneJazz's sister or something found that really funny. Okay.
What?
There was
look
laughter
at
in
your...
the background.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
it's okay.
Where was that from mine? Oh, I thought I muted myself.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to head out for a second.
Doesn't matter. Hey, dudes. So yeah, we're just discussing our comments right now. Niels, do you know if there are any comments we haven't covered
Nope.
yet?
Other than that, there wasn't really anything.
Okay, then. Oh, yeah, actually, no. I'm pretty sure I looked at some comments by Lapis Demon, right?
Oh yeah, but was it this week?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
I think
it
so.
was on the 11th episode, and
It was about the Zipkrowd thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
guess we have to talk about that as well a bit, like about the Marcy thing. Or do you not
I
want
don't
to talk
know.
about that?
It kind of depends because it's definitely not technical. It's definitely related to technical. I guess we would like I guess most people will form opinions on this if you read it, but just for the sake of the podcast, I guess we should stay neutral.
Oh,
So
yeah, I guess we
probably-
won't really discuss it, but we will link it for people who are interested in it. Just
So-
yeah.
I guess because follow-up is kind of over, we will start news with that because there have been some other members leaving as well, and basically Marcy has released a post on his reasons, and JL has released a post basically as a bit of a response from the people who are still on Zipkrowd, and yeah, so there's a bit of a discussion. Well, there's quite a discussion going on right there. Probably a lot of stuff behind the scenes we don't know about, but yeah. So if you're interested, we will link to those in the description. But I do not think there's that much we can say about ourselves, or unless anyone has an idea.
About this other comment from this, it was about the different slime block elevators with the ghost slime blocks, and it was that Ganon's version damages your armor, so enemy
Yeah,
don't use that.
that's also what I thought. So
Yeah.
just Nerdy and Spire and Panda's one.
Yeah, the ghost block elevator is what that was, right? Yeah, against ghost block elevator was the flush one, and he used the cactus for the detection mechanism, and yeah, that damages the armor. And apparently, it's not as reliable or something. I think she mentioned.
I thought you were always so, don't damage my armor.
Well,
Yeah,
the thing
like,
is that you lose your armor, so yeah. I mean, over time.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's flush, so everything has its advantages and disadvantages. So I guess if you want it flushed, it's like kind of what you have to deal with. I guess I wonder you probably could do it flush without damaging your armor, like
Yeah,
still doing
definitely.
tripwire, and then like damage yourself otherwise. Yeah. Anyway,
Well, I guess
something I guess we forgot to mention.
Yeah. Well, in that case, I guess we can move on to other news. I guess we can start as usual, a bit more like the non-YouTube sites, like Mojang and such, which we actually did get some news from this week, but not strictly technical. But since we have already talked about it earlier, I guess we have to give the follow-up to the story, I suppose.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll do this one then. Minecon tickets releases have been announced, and Niels is probably really happy.
What?
Minecon
Well,
tickets, you happy?
Why am I happy?
Because you complained about it not being in March, as they promised.
Huh?
Okay, Niels totally forgot about everything he lived up to this moment about, right? So yeah, Minecon tickets have been announced for next week, so if you're having plans, I guess, check out the website. We'll link to the posts. But we do, and so yeah, that's also kind of news, but yeah, I don't think there's that much to say about it, I guess, right? So
Yeah. Other Mojang news, I guess.
no.
They Sarge released a picture on Twitter with where he shows a new block. You cannot really tell from the picture what it does. Like it looks like a block that has a function to it, not like just some nice looking block.
Yeah.
Decoration block. It's something with a function from what it seems. Texture so far, I guess it's not a finished texture because it looks really ugly. If it is, I don't like it. But yeah, like there's a lot of speculation, and from what I know, there's no confirmation of what it does or what it's supposed to do and so on.
I actually wouldn't be that surprised if this turns out to be like an entire new mechanic, like enchanting or brewing, because we've heard so little about 1.9. They've been working on it for, well, we hope it's a while.
Well,
half a year at least.
I have a theory of what it could be. Like on the picture, it's 4 armor stands that are sitting on some logs in the circle around this block, and
It's a campfire.
Nah, yeah, that could be, but
But
for
that wouldn't be
campfire,
very
like a
functional,
full
so-
block for campfire
Yeah.
would be like really weird. But my idea is it could be some kind of ritual thing where you have like the ritual block and that use that to spawn something. That could be this other wither thing, like the Dinner's Bone showed off quite a while back with the multiple wither bars. Could be something completely different, could be completely wrong as well. Someone said it could be to respawn the Ender Dragon, but that wouldn't make any sense since it's in the overworld.
Maybe it's just a
At least
dirt block with other texture.
Well, that would be quite weird.
Would be quite weird, yeah.
Yeah, if that's the thing, then that's like April Fools, a 1.9 update. Yay.
It could have something to do with the ocean monument, because there was a ton of hinting that went on with the purpose of that when it came out.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
on
I
that
could do see
picture
one
on
in
the
the
left,
background,
you
that's-
should
yeah.
you can see one. So
Maybe related indeed.
If not directly, just ties into whatever motif they're working into with that.
Possibly, yeah. Like, I'm quite curious, I have to admit, but because this better be something because we really haven't heard much about from Mojang. Basically since 1.8 and the Microsoft, takeover, I guess. So
Well, like for 1.9 we know some things like the redoing the end fight and path blocks and so on.
and the translations. Well, not the what's it called? Like
captions.
transcription. Yeah, because they're not actually gonna translate like well, see that's the thing. They're just gonna have like sounds in words basically for deaf people, I guess. Or
Yeah,
people
that's
with
the
bad
idea.
hearing. Yeah. But yeah, we already talked about that. So I guess have there been any interesting other tweets this week?
I think last week we already mentioned Minecraft won a family BAFTA. So like
What?
Yeah.
it's like a British award for Minecraft. I don't think there was anything too interesting. They did some stuff for Pocket Edition again, but no one
Mhm.
really cares. At least I don't. Yeah.
Well,
Other
I'm
than that, I can't remember anything interesting.
I guess it's stand-up for the videos. If you guys are okay with this, I suggest we first do all of the non-quarry stuff, and then the quarries, and that'll be our main subject after all, right? So, yeah.
sure.
Okay. So, okay, I think I'll go first this time then. So first video from this week, which I think is quite notable. Pi's 20 Hz clock. I have to admit, this looked pretty weird.
Totally
what?
forgot that it was this week.
Well, I'm just using subscriptions for this because I also have really bad like I can't keep track of time for some reason. But yeah, it was released 3 days ago, and basically it's just messing around. Well, it's messing around with heuristic pulses and pushing redstone blocks around to in the end get a signal. Basically, have a redstone wire, and if you attach stuff like a node block or something to it, it will trigger 20 times seconds. Of course, stuff like pistons and redstone lamps have a cooldown and such, so they will probably behave quite erratically, or not like 20 times a second, but it would work for some stuff, like node blocks.
It can
Yeah.
annoy people with it.
I
Yeah,
think
you
the definition for stuff that works is like everything that produces sound. I think it was like
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
trapdoors, fence gates, stuff like that.
I guess maybe it would be a really quick way to get dispensers empty or something. Like in case you need to have like a clock or something, clock like a counter which dispenses something every time, or.
But it can't be anything that produces sounds because pistons also produce sounds and it does work for them. So
It does not. I wouldn't think it works for them well, but I haven't really
No,
tried
like
it, I have to
pistons
admit.
don't work. Like I think node blocks, fence gates, trapdoors, and doors. That's like all the things that work. I can't think of another one. Like those 4 things basically.
Did he mention these or?
Yeah, he mentioned it.
Okay, apparently I didn't watch the video properly then. I'm sorry.
come on, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Oh. Well, moving on, I guess. Well, actually, looking at my subscriptions, I can't really see that much, except for, of course, a quarry. So, what do you guys think?
There
Please scroll
was
down my subscription
the
list.
obsidian farm with the boat with a cage from Tree Fork.
Oh, can look it up.
He's I guess like he's new to YouTube because like he has 2 videos now, which is one is the showcase for and one is a tutorial that came out 2 days ago. I've seen him around on the Zipkrowd streams a lot. So yeah, he's kind of known factor. He uses the boat wither cage, which is quite cool, and that has an application now. So yeah, quite cool little obsidian farm with 9 obsidian a second, I think, because it uses 1 wither.
Alright,
What
I have to admit
was the
that's...
fastest obsidian farm? Does anyone remember? I think it was
I
like
think
something.
9 per second is kind of like... I talked with Purple Dragon Nook about it for some time ago, but like he spent a lot of time trying to get done with 1.8 mechanics. He said that the one he had in the end was 3 per second, because he could only put it on like the loader platform on the edge for some reason. I'm really noob when it gets to wither mechanics, but that's the one he ended up having. But I'm pretty sure like breaking it once per second is like the maximum you can go for aggroing the wither.
I a lot with reverse, but I don't really know what actually changed in 1.8. I don't have any troubles with spawning changed, but from that, I don't really get the hitbox changed. But what do you have?
I
Well,
really
by
don't
the
get
hitbox.
much about wither.
Like,
I'm
I don't
pretty
know.
sure they made it higher, yeah. But well, they also
And you can spawn it sideways.
yeah, so that also helps because like I'm not sure if we mentioned Panda's video last week. I guess I'll link to it in the description anyway. But
Yeah,
I think we
about
did.
it.
yeah, you can use like okay, then I'll bones, but you know, yeah, you can use those different spawning orientations to basically get the wither right stuck in something right away. So I guess that should help getting some nice wither gauges going more easily.
I have no clue why Mojang has added that, because they also removed it that you can no longer have anything below the side heads. It has
Well,
to be air.
yeah, the
Yeah,
thing is
they-
that that's
they just-
defined. Like they basically have probably an algorithm which stacks it in all kind of planes using very generalized geometry to make sure that you have a pattern of like air, soul sand, air, soul sand, soul sand, soul sand, wither skull, wither skull, wither skull. So
Yeah, Mojang that just likes to change random things about rivers.
Yeah.
that's their way of trying to
Now it
nerf the
makes
farms. They
sense.
just make random changes because they don't take a lot of effort, but they do screw us over. So
Yeah, for
Yeah, but-
example,
but
now
with the-
rivers can be damaged by blazes before they couldn't. That's just absolutely random. I don't get why they changed that.
because they want us to farm blazes and then send them to withers to kill them, of course, because that's an efficient way and a really cool farm you can make. Really funny though. Then again, I guess they don't take fire damage, so it wouldn't do that much. Yeah. Oh, well, Niels or Enemy, do you still have anything? Or Jazz or Myren?
I'm just trying
I
to
have-
figure out how the
I know. Tenkan has made 3 or 4 videos about
One by two hipster
algorithms
casters,
for Hipstador.
yeah, I only watched one of those yet, but maybe you can talk about that then.
Yeah, it's the first one you can see him in the background, and for the second one, you see him on the front, and then for the third one, he is the person who is placing the torches and operating the thing. He's invisible, so improving
this
the
it's
video.
the same one every time, just with different angles.
No, those are different ones, but he's
Okay.
apparently only making the algorithm, and then someone else, if he wants, can use to make some kind of redstone thing around it to actually open and
Yeah.
close it.
Like it's nice that it already got a configuration with a plan, but it will still be hard to get the entire wiring done one wide. Would be cool though, like but that would basically make sure that you have I guess too high infinitely expandable yeah, hipster door. That would be pretty cool. Oh, thanks, Niels.
I'm just trying to find one of the Fun 7 obsidian farms. Like the fastest one, there was like one that produced like 50 something obsidian in a second or something crazy like that. Like the fastest, like I couldn't find the video so far, but the fastest one I could find was Dan's obsidian farm with 34 a second, which was his 2000 sub special.
That's
Wait,
quite a
what?
lot.
Okay, so how does that work then?
It uses more than 1 wither.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Like,
So it
like,
basically breaks the entire platform then, I guess.
It uses. I'm not sure if it uses 2 or 4 widths. Like I know that the best one used 4 in pattern, and yeah, no, his one also uses 4. But like you have like certain amount of ticks per second, so right, and you can the platform is 5 by 5, right? Or
Yeah.
so yeah, that's like how you get your maximum, and then you reduce what you cannot break with withers in that pattern, because you cannot fit all the cages, so you can break everything.
I'm wondering
Yeah.
though, because he
I'm-
says 34, but like if you look at it, 25. If it does 25 every cycle. If you...
No, the platform is 25. It doesn't actually do 25
Ah.
cycle.
Okay. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah,
I was
like
wondering about the number.
I'll put the video of the fastest one in the description when I find it, but it was like some Spanish person, so yeah, I remember name or anything. But his one was like faster, like 50 or something. But it was in 1.7 as well, so yeah. Moving on.
Moving on, because Enemy doesn't want to talk apparently.
No, like I just can't find it, so I cannot tell anything useful about it.
Well, I'm also a noob often, so yeah, I guess we can continue to Quarries then, unless we would be really selfish and start talking about what we did last week now.
No, I guess we can start with Quarries, because
Yeah. Okay.
I think the first quarry video that came out chronologically would be Myren's control circuit, because it came out like right after we could record last podcast. I was really disappointed because I couldn't talk it back then, so now we have to wait the whole week. Myren, do you want to talk about that, or?
I don't know what else to talk about it. I mean, that's a bunch
Myren,
of
you
flying
just
machines.
take the video's commentary and you repeat it again, so... we
Just
can
like-
also... We
I
can just
play
paste it
the
in
video
here.
in the
there.
background.
Yeah, we can just play it in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
you can do
No,
it.
okay, that just kidding.
No,
It's-
yeah, just explain a bit what your control system does, and
I mean, I have flying machines. Yeah, you can send our flying machines to send our flying machines up. I don't know what to explain it. I think you should just watch your video if you're interested
I
in
mean,
that.
he does have a point, I guess.
yeah, like
Like-
the interesting thing is you used static control system, like and then flying machines sent from there.
Yeah.
And later this week, Chess made one with which is completely movable, which
Yeah, that's
then has
much
that
more efficient.
which has the advantage that you reduce the amount of time to for the signal to travel, right? And also what you did is you just counted the amount of cycles you do, instead of like actually like somehow detecting if the plane was empty or not, right?
Yeah, but Jazz method he showed in his line isn't really good either, I would say, because you need to make a plane of cobblestone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty
Yeah.
big downside.
Do you guys think there's
Ideally-
a way to get around that?
Oh, I was actually talking to Sandcarn about this, and we came up with a pretty good solution, which is that to start using signal blocks on the wall eaters. So you'd have some sort of detector at the block collection site, and when it notices that a flying machine comes back empty, it assumes you've finished eating the row and will attach a redstone block to the wall eater.
Okay.
And then that redstone block will be received at the back end by the flying machines that move the whole thing forward into the cube, and it'll detect that redstone block and push itself forward.
We still need to wait to get the redstone block back though, but I guess that's not that hard compared to the rest.
Or you
well,
can destroy it with one of your 1,000 withers.
Well, yeah, but then you lose
Well-
the redstone block.
But I've already have a working way, like I've made a working version with the redstone block. It brings it out to the back and brings it back to the front. I just haven't gotten around to making a video on it.
Maybe when this episode goes live, do you have the video then? 'Cause then we can link it in the description, I think.
Otherwise, we'll
no,
just
not
talk
yet.
about it again next time.
Yeah, you might have to. Sorry.
No, it's good. That way we
well,
have like
yeah.
content.
Well, what happened was I was working on it and got it to the point where it's about 90% done, and I made a mistake and sort of broke the quarry and the last save I made was a couple hours of work ago, and I didn't bother to try to fix it. So it's just
Well,
kind of
you should
been
make
sitting there.
a mod that automatically backs up your Minecraft every 5 minutes.
Why should I make mods? I write filters.
Oh, a
It's different.
filter to make something
Oh,
in
yeah.
game too.
Because
to
that's how
edit
Yeah,
Minecraft
oh.
works.
OS level filters.
Oh yeah, I
That's
just
how everything
make a
works.
filter which builds stuff for you. Like, hey, you want a 3D quarry? Here it is. Yeah, like that. Okay, no, I can't do that.
Okay.
Aren't there? Can't you? Is it possible to use some kind of? I've seen some bucket plugins, and you can roll back anything in exact minutes.
Well, the
And-
thing is that you would need space for to store it. So
No, it's just on a hard drive, and it.
Yeah, but then you cannot
yeah,
do the
but-
filters, right?
well, you could make a. Actually, this is quite interesting. Maybe I'll try to do that at some point. Like, you could definitely make a device which
I
like
think,
backups the region, but you can't back up the entire world because you need
No, it's
space.
not backing up. It's whenever you place something, it will store that you placed that and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
I
that's
think
right,
it's
yeah,
Hawkeye.
yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
if it feels getting updated.
Okay, I'll make sure to link it, but plugin for rollback. But yeah, so you basically mean one of those plugins which doesn't save the exact world, but it saves block changes. In which
Mhm.
case, those are even harder to detect, in my opinion. So I've already had a couple of concepts where I wanted, well, which I of course never released because I'm lazy or worked on really.
Ah.
But where I basically needed to check around the player for block changes. So, well, basically check for block placement of the player. It's not that hard to check when a player places a block, but it is kind of hard to check which block was changed because you only can see that after the fact. So yeah. But I guess what would be worth giving
Can't
a
you
try?
intercept the message that you are sending? I want to place this block.
Well, not with command. I mean, with a plugin, sure, that's what plugin does, I guess. But like
Yeah,
you can check the score of the player and like, oh, it is one, so that means he just placed a block. Let's set back to 0 and do some stuff. But
Some stuff.
But yeah, I guess we're getting a bit far from the topic, but I don't think that's possible. It is an interesting concept though, backup. So maybe I'll do that if I'm interested, or someone else.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, probably I don't know because I'm lazy. Well, Quarries, enemy, Niels, Jazz, Myren.
Yeah, next quarry video that was released was the first 3D quarry, which, yeah, like is not that far different from the control system. It's like the control system hooked up properly, right? And everything put together.
Yeah, but basically, there was a lot of work because we was just hooking everything up and making with applications, but it's basically everything the quarry does.
So yeah, it's working if you want to do an end quarry, right?
Well, end quarry.
Or
would
never
probably be-
quarry.
No, an
But-
end for the end world.
I have to admit, end quarry is
That's-
probably quite. Actually, end quarry is probably the most useful thing you can do with it, isn't it? Because
Yeah,
you
like
basically have.
like I and Niels thought about it for a bit, and Niels came up with the end quarry because the problem with the quarry with these designs so far is that you have to have your thing floating. You have to have space below where like your wall eater is, because the wall eater is taller than the thing, and you also need your control system down there and so on. And the only scenario where you have a floating cube or floating
Well,
object,
I guess, yeah.
yeah, where you want to mine would be the end.
And there's lots of space around it to build everything. The only thing.
And
you
stone
should-
is also movable and hard to mine, so
Mhm.
Yeah, and
And if you
it's
just
fiber to
remove
mine.
the obsidian beforehand, then there's no other block that can be moved unless someone hit chests or something like that.
So yeah, like
yeah.
the end would be like a good scenario for a quarry because that actually would make sense and would be compared to a player closer to the speed of the player because the player takes longer to mine the blocks, right?
Like you can't instant mine it, so it would definitely take some time.
I also like looked into how they want to do the end in 1.9 because they said you're gonna fight the dragon again, and from what I could tell, is they said it will not destroy what you already built in the end, which I guess means they won't regenerate the end island in that sense, because that would mess with stuff people built there, right? So I would guess if you quarry it, you won't get another end island in 1.9, which was I kind of hope for that, so that then you would have more
Maybe it's
blocks.
just, oh, these chunks are empty. I cannot remove anything that the player built here.
Yeah,
Okay, let's put another island in here.
They could just be like,
yeah,
oh,
but
look,
like
there's
if you
air.
just put another island and not remove the blocks player built, like imagine they build a house there, and then there's all of a sudden there's like
No,
houses
only in
inside the
empty
island,
chunks. Only in empty chunks.
completely empty chunks.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Possibly.
Or do you think this house, this floating house, and then it's encased in sandstone, that will happen? No,
I think enemy is actually right. They probably won't
Yeah,
regenerate
like-
anything.
Like I guess it's like with the ocean monuments where they said, okay, we look if how long the chunk was loaded, and if it's longer loaded than 5 minutes, I think was in the code, then we will not generate the blocks for the ocean monument, but the structure and the bounding blocks and so on. So you can actually get guardians there, but you just don't have the blocks.
But if you
And-
have the guardians, you can get blocks from them. So
yeah, but like
it's a big deal.
with the end, that would be okay. People build something there, right? So we just won't mess with those things and just leave the chunks like they are. And in theory, I guess they could just have a second island somewhere else in a distance, but that wouldn't make a lot of sense either, because then you wouldn't find it possibly, because yeah. Or another thing they could do is they just make another entrance to the end and just put another island but somewhere different with another exit and entrance. Because yeah, the
Maybe that's
dimension is
something.
really big, so
The
there's
idea of
space.
that it makes a new island somewhere else, it could be.
That could be
Cool.
something, yeah.
That
And
in
again, you
theory
would
would
run
work,
out
but
of
it
yeah.
wouldn't. I don't think that would be something Mojang would do.
Wouldn't work infinitely, so
No,
Yeah.
it takes too much effort probably, and then
No, like imagine if you have your 1.8 world and you go through your portal and then all of a sudden you come out somewhere completely different, and then you have to walk back every time. That would be something weird, and I don't think Mojang would do that. But
it's
hey,
something weird, so possibly.
yeah, Mojang did weirder things. And...
yeah, this is the We Hate Mojang podcast.
I guess it could be a possibility. I don't think it's really likely that they do that.
What's that?
What?
So it's actually 4 then, Myren.
Oh,
What?
great. Yeah, I guess it's more than.
Yeah, okay. That was the 3D quarry, the first 3D quarry from Myren. Tenkan also made a video promoting it a bit, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
I guess we could mention that by that time, I also already made the quarry group and had basically all the people that are in right now in there already, and that thing is quite active. I have to say, like I didn't expect so much chatter in there. Like,
Well, there
Yeah,
are
but
maybe a
it's
couple
not
of
really productive
well,
all the
like
time.
not
People
not
chat.
all the time, of course, but like that. I really like that. Really cool new ideas and like are mentioned in there, and like even if it's not really productive to the practical goal of building a quarry, it's like you're exploring all angles you could go at and think of what's best then, and decide and what angles you want to approach and actually try to develop something in that direction. Like I think was it you that mentioned like the cactus enderman thing?
Yeah, you can damage river cacti, but to cacti you need enderman. In fact, when I first designed mobile river cages, it's something that I actually tried before thinking of.
Yeah,
Because suffocation isn't actually that easy. Suffocated. Suffocate them for one game tick or something.
Is it only for me, or is he cutting out a lot?
Yes.
Yeah, but
I
maybe-
tried
Maybe do your TeamSpeak settings and
Okay, yeah.
your voice activation a little bit lower.
Or just talk a bit louder, maybe.
Yeah, okay. I try to talk a bit.
Just try to scream.
Okay. Yeah. Can you maybe just repeat the last sentence about the cacti?
Yeah, cacti is a method to damage river because you can damage river using cacti, and I tried to use that in mobile river cages before I came up with a suffocation method for rivers. But to move cacti, you need enderman, and that just makes it complete. So,
Yeah.
But it's also something I mentioned in the chat at some time.
Trying to rely on enderman, it's random. So you could have, maybe you have to wait 5 minutes and maybe it's instant. But
Maybe you
I
have
would-
to wait forever.
yeah, it's possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I guess at this point we could link Senkan's theory craft on moving blocks with Enderman, which is explains how Enderman move things and so on. And
I have to say
Yeah.
that's not the most ridiculous thing we mentioned. I think there are even more ridiculous.
yeah, there were some funny ideas. What do you think was the most ridiculous thing?
Well, let me just look. Yeah,
Let me scroll up for a minute.
we could use the TNT from desert pyramids. We automatically mine using the quarry to blow up stuff and damage the river or something like that. so you have a quarry that automatically collects TNT from desert temples.
It is
Yeah,
something. If you have desert
like-
temples, the quarry does not should be made in such a way that it never powers the block that you're
Yeah, but I
trying
don't
to move.
really
Otherwise,
think
if you do find TNT, then game over.
Self-destruction.
Yes.
No, like actually, the idea is quite interesting because you could. Well, it's unpractical, but you could use it to blow up spawners and chests, and it would get rid of like 2 out of the 3 unmovable blocks, I guess.
Yeah.
And if you find TNT with TNT damage from I don't know how high, then you can also blow up bedrock or
Yeah,
your
but
obsidian.
these are
Yeah.
not really ideas that should be discussed for too long, I think.
Yeah, yeah. but I really like that we're actually like coming up with this stuff and see. Okay, well, it's not possible, but it's something we in theory we could do. Like I would have never thought of that, or like the using the dispensers from jungle temples for something. but yeah, like in
Yeah, that's
theory you could
roughly-
do it, and yeah.
That's roughly as difficult as isolating blue river schools, but also just completely you actually try. Yeah.
Yeah. About that group actually, like if you guys out there want to are working on quarrytech and have some input on all that stuff, you can just tell us and we can add you to that group. Right?
Yeah.
We need
So-
to
I
pay
think
us
Wout
$50.
also put that in the description, so any notes people can
Yeah, if
just
you're
read
like
the notes.
you're like serious about doing quarry stuff and have some new ideas in that direction, yeah, just message me or at the TRQ thing, and I will look
Or
into
on
that
Twitter.
and take care of it. Yeah, of course, Twitter is also working.
Is Twitter working? Whoa, didn't know.
Yeah, moving on. Next thing.
Yeah, what's the next thing, enemy?
Oh, I have to find out next thing. I think.
Yeah,
the
you made the list and all of that stuff. At least you should have.
Yeah, list is not done, and like I kind of was busy this week, so I couldn't write down everything in my list of stuff I want to talk about, so I don't have the correct order. But I think chess quarry was next, right?
What quarry?
Redstone chess quarry.
Possibly. I think.
I think like in between there was like some time lapse of Myron's quarry from Panda, but that's not public, so I guess we don't talk about it.
Enemy, when you see an unlisted video, it always says, "Be careful when sharing this video." It's
Enemy,
Yeah,
why did you share
it's
it? You
unlisted.
bastards.
What did you do?
I didn't share the video. I just said that it's there, and it's like it's actually not interesting. It's just a time lapse of the
Enemy,
quarry
super
working.
interesting video and you just shared it. What's wrong with you?
I don't know. Like
You shouldn't share that because it looks like the quarry breaks because the river cages run out of snowballs. And if this would get public, people would think that my quarry isn't working, but it's working.
yeah, like it's It's not public, so I guess we'll stop talking about it now. Yeah, as far as I can tell, the next one would be RedstoneJazz's Quarry with the flying control thing and everything. Jazz, you there?
Yeah, I've just been listening quietly.
What's different from yours to Myren's design?
Well, the day Myron and I were actually messaging for like a week before all the quarry stuff happened or so, and I drew this picture of like the whole quarry, and it didn't need any control systems. So when Myron put out his video with the static control systems, I wanted to see if there's a way I could get rid of those. And so I built one that has kind of flying machines that fly perpendicular to the quarry and get moved forward, and I don't know how to put this into words exactly.
So
But
the
it kind
control
of-
system
yeah.
isn't static anymore, but entirely moving.
There's one kind of signal flying machine on the very back, flies across the quarry and lets one corner know when the other corner has moved forward.
I think that's a good way of putting it into words.
Yeah.
Yeah, also what's interesting, you used a different design for the wall eater pusher. And
Oh yeah.
when I looked at that, the first thing I thought of was the Moses, because it uses kind of similar layout for the pushing. Did you use it as inspiration, quote unquote, or did you just randomly come up with that?
No, I came up with everything for that on the spot. Just yeah.
He probably made
Totally.
way too many Moseses, so we automatically built that.
What's the Moses?
Okay.
Okay, I guess that
I feel like
answers
I
that
should know.
question.
I feel like I should know what this is.
The Moses is
it's
also
for removing water.
Oh, I think
The-
yeah.
it's
yeah,
a
a
flying
giant
machine
movable
with a
wall.
Was
Yeah.
that who was that? Was that
I think it was
Milky?
Ground or
yeah, like
think
Milky
Milky
made the video,
Yeah.
but Ground
Okay.
made the design.
Okay, I know what you guys are talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, like we use it on our server. We use it a lot. Like we use
Mhm.
smaller Moses to clear out room for big Moses to clear out more lava. Yeah, those are really useful.
A big advantage of Jazz wall eater moving mechanism that is directional. I just used parts of Redstone stuff circuit and it turned out to be directional. RedstoneJazz is no longer the case, so quite an advantage.
But yeah, next week you will have a better one, do you?
Possibly.
Ooh.
Depends if I don't break anything.
Back up all
Depends
the
on if we
things.
don't mess
Yeah.
things up again.
Well, it's not that I have saves made of kind of each step that I add something in successfully, but the problem is I'm just kind of too lazy to go back and work up to the point I was at when something breaks.
But why don't you make a backup just before you test it then?
Hey, not really. I don't know how to answer that.
Because I watched a bit of a stream of QPams and he half
Oh,
the
yeah,
time
QPams
he's
is
just
crazy
making a
about
backup
backups.
of what he has,
Yeah.
and then he tries it. Nope, didn't work. Next backup. Oh, nope, didn't work. Next backup.
Yeah,
Oh,
QPamps
nope.
is guys. I don't think QPamps is a real role model when it gets to backups. Have you seen his world folder?
Yeah, like QPams is like really obsessive about his backups.
Yeah.
Then, like there's something called copy paste in MCEdit, but he doesn't like that. He likes copy paste in File Manager, which is yeah a bit more.
I normally copy paste in MCEdit and I have really messy test worlds with just a lot of broken flying machines everywhere. It's actually incredible
He
how
does.
clean RedstoneJazz test worlds are. Because 90% of the stuff in his test worlds are working.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that they're all working, it's just I usually debug the thing instead of just loading in a new save. And also just something breaks, you debug it, something breaks, you debug it, and you do that 10 times. You start to understand it a lot better. Also, it's just less likely to do whatever hiccup it did before.
So instead of saying I'm lazy to make backups, you're saying it's part of the learning process of how it works.
It's kind of both.
Yeah, like when I downloaded, I think that was the download from the some Quarry and Theory thing video from you, Myren, where I downloaded that world. I was flying around. There was a quarry with the cube and so on. There were like 1,000 wall eaters on the side, and I was like, what are all these doing here?
All
And-
copied and pasted, and most of them shouldn't work.
Yeah, I was like, this is slightly different than this one. What does this do? Oh, nothing. Okay, next one. Yeah, it was quite funny. But yeah.
And that wasn't actually my real test world. If I gave my real test world, you wouldn't see anything. It would be almost as hard to find something working as making something work every time. Sometimes when I go for
I
my
think
test
that one was actually my test world, Myron, that you downloaded off one of my videos. And it's kind of funny because mine had just like 10 things or so built in it, and then I get it back from you, and now there's about 50 things floating around.
I know on enemy server, enemy once loaded the tree farm test world,
Yeah, the
and
ultimate
he's
tree
too
farm
lazy
Spire.
to Spire's tree farm, and he's too lazy to put in another world. So we have been using that world for all kinds of stuff now.
Yeah, the first thing we did was like test Wout's filter in there with the cross-cutting of the farm, and I think after that we we have like 10 different designs for our stupid sugarcane farm. and yeah, like we even have a wither viper in there for some reason. I think that was to debug the one we had on our server and like see where it breaks with the gas and so on. But yeah, not
We
important.
still have to move in the ice farm to do that world as well.
Yeah, can do that when I remember. Yeah. I guess next video. What was the next video actually?
Are there more videos?
I think there are.
Okay, I'm real noob on the subject. Like, I'm like,
Uh,
okay, Myren's quarry, Myren's control systems, Jazz's quarry, done. So yeah, make sure to put stuff in chat.
And lots of spam in Skype.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. Like I think there was. You guys know. You guys made the videos.
I made a flying machine video just today.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, I
but
saw that.
Yeah.
I
I
think that
didn't
was the
watch
one I
it,
was
I think.
thinking
Like,
of.
I have to admit that that's will be useful in some applications I need, but then like it's really big, so
Yeah.
that's a problem. Like, I'm having this project right now, which is limestone, but I'm keeping I'm keeping the general purpose secret. But
Ooh.
yeah, I'm having
Ooh.
I have trouble with it today, and like maybe this would be useful. And then I see like the size, I'm like, okay, no,
Yeah.
this doesn't fit in. Sorry.
I was hoping I'd be able to get just like a little slime block engine, some weird jittery mechanics could let
Yeah.
it just fly back the way it came, and
No,
this is what I ended up with. Yeah.
It's still pretty cool though, like a mounted reverser.
It's a step in the right direction.
Do you want to make one which is vertical?
Oh.
Right.
I was just messing around with vertical flying machines today, and
Actually,
they all broke.
well, I can send you an engine. Actually, for this project, I made a vertical engine and expander, which I think I should probably record a video on tomorrow. And
I saw that. It was very good looking.
But that was actually another thing you saw, I think.
Oh,
The one you tweeted at, that was
maybe.
that thing was
Yeah.
basically that thing could accept one of those engines, and like that one and one expander attached to it to trigger the mechanism. It could reverse it, and then after it reversed it, it moved one up or down, depending on a setting, basically, depending on whether the engine is put on up mode or down mode.
I guess you will have a link for that in the description as well.
Well, I don't think I guess I could make a video like next Sunday or something. Like I'm not.
Oh yeah, you can just put some screenshots into.
Oh yeah, I'll you know what? I'll put the tweets down. Oh, it's tweeters or something. Yeah, I put some tweets with pictures from stuff, but yeah, like so it's pretty specific though, so I don't think people will find use for it. But yeah, it's useful for this thing I'm trying. So, but there are some other issues. But it's really nice though that you managed to get the reverser mounted onto it though. Oh, okay. What am I? Oh, okay. I was like looking at chat. I was like, what? Okay.
Another interesting thing is like all the designs so far are horizontal, and with horizontal you have some problems, right? You have to have a hole. You put in your wall eaters and your conveyors.
Except in the end.
Yeah.
The liquids are the biggest problem actually for horizontal designs because they can generate cobblestone. That's really a big problem.
Yeah, like for horizontal designs, do you think there's any way around that where you can avoid that in some way?
I don't really think so. I think that if there will ever be a final quarry design, it will probably be vertical because gravel is a smaller problem than liquid.
Doesn't lava only generate beneath a certain level and at the surface?
No, I found
Oh.
lava lakes I did like level 50 and stuff, so...
Oh,
Yeah.
I was wondering if
digging
there was
just a moment
a-
ago, and I was on level 28, I think, and I was standing on obsidian.
Yeah, personally, I think it's doable to get all of the movable blocks away up to level 11, run lava spawns everywhere. Like it takes some time probably, but there aren't that many lava lakes or water lakes. Well, water lakes don't matter really, I guess, right?
But if you turn off generate structures, do you still get spawners and
Spawners you will
Yeah.
get, you will just not get
it's not villages?
villages and mine shafts and so on.
Ah.
I don't think that's what we want to do. Just turn off
Yeah.
the structures.
Yeah,
In
if
the
you're taking
creative
that
world, you
route,
can do that.
yeah,
like if you do like preset and stone everywhere.
yeah, you could just completely turn off lava and water lakes, and with the new custom world generation and all.
Yeah, like isn't there like a preset for that there specifically?
Yeah, but that'd be taking it to an extreme.
Yeah, I guess it would be like some really niche market.
You can also make a super flat world out of diamond blocks if you make it easy, but that's not the point.
Hey guys, I just realized this is how you can get a diamond farm with chunky gen. Oh well.
Yeah, wasn't it like a while back with Zag and so on?
Well, they actually found a way to do it, but you do have to update, so it's not considered legit by most people, I guess.
You have to
Well-
downgrade, that's the problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to downgrade to basically mess with the villager, and it's
Yeah, Zag wasn't here a long time. He should be back sometime, hopefully.
One day.
yeah. Oh, anything else?
I guess that would be a fun thing if you ever figure out junk regeneration and just run a quarry through, and then
Yeah, I
regenerate
wanted
chunks,
to
and then do
talk
it again.
about that.
Oh my god, we have an automatic miner. We don't never need diamonds anymore.
And we don't need iron farms.
Yeah, the thing is, if Junkie Gen I already made a diamond farm after I discovered the method with the command. So there would definitely be more easy to use that one. It's basically just a simple farm, but yeah, you just have like some stone generators, some conveyor belts which push them into a 2x2x2 cube. Then you push it into the right location, you regen the chunk, and something of course that we mentioned. A population happens on a 8 to 8 offsets on the X and Z axis. So basically, if by regenning a chunk, you can regen this area into other chunks as well. You do the population again in areas of another chunk. So that way you could basically generate the diamonds again using population without actually breaking any of the wiring around it because it didn't generate anything else. So that was pretty cool. I'm boring.
Yeah, like what other problems are there with the horizontal design in your opinion? What's the next big problem you have to tackle?
Well, setup time, I would say, because you have to dig much bigger holes than in vertical design. So I think in vertical designs you will also have to dig some holes, but they are probably aren't as big as in horizontal design.
It would probably be just the outline of the quarry, right?
Yeah, probably.
Well, you probably
Maybe
would
a
also
bit
need one
bigger.
side to have the conveyor belt again, right?
Yeah, but it should be less than in horizontal designs.
Okay.
A big problem I see with the horizontal design at the moment is that you another reason why you can only use in the end because your cube is floating and you in survival you would have just like bedrock there and you would have to mine below as well. Have you been trying to make a system where everything is flush or like on top or something?
Yeah, that was going to be something I included in the next prototype of the quarry, was just moving all the control systems to above ground. But I do have an inverted version of the wall eater.
Cool.
Ooh.
So basically you have all the cool stuff I can think of ready. You just haven't made videos about it.
Yeah, but
No, they are
That's
planning to
because-
release it after this recording.
You just need to
Yeah.
open his test worlds. He has 2 test worlds, and in where everything is what you would ever want. So
Gimme,
Yeah.
gimme.
I actually have 5 or 6 videos, and I'm planning on just publishing them all tomorrow.
So I guess you'll be back next episode. Talk about all of those.
Yeah, if they work out. It's kind of nice because I do a lot of slime block stuff, and a lot of it has a lot of practicality. So when all this quarry stuff started going on, I had an excuse to publish a lot more videos.
I guess the next big question is vertical quarry. Why is this not a thing yet?
I mean,
because
the ideal.
Redstone
Go on.
Jazz made you a wall eater, and the wall eater is just awesome, but it's horizontal, and therefore people.
Otherwise, it would not be a wall eater.
I
Floor
mean,
eater.
Floor eater, yeah.
Floor eater. Floor eater is the next thing, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
but I was the one who made the setup for the current quarries that you have 2 wall eaters and that. So I just
On
made it
the-
horizontal because I had the tools to make it horizontal. Basically, that's just everything.
On one of my videos, someone actually commented a link to. It was like one of a couple videos on their channel, but they did make a 2-way horizontal kind of line picker-upper thing. It wasn't a wall eater, but it is interesting looking.
Like a conveyor, basically.
It had a two-way slime engines at each end, and they kind of
And a clock?
expanded out, and I don't know how to describe this.
I guess we can put it in the description.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what? Like, sorry, just had to keep track of all this sometimes.
Block picker upper thing. What?
Oh, thanks. I'll make sure to write it down.
It's nothing groundbreaking, but it's relevant.
Poor ground.
Block picker upper thing.
Yeah,
or
if you
Saint
just
Enemy.
search Minecraft Quarry videos from the past week, it's in the top 5 or 6 results.
Okay, well, there's no worries. I can also
Yeah.
solve the podcast, but sure. Alright.
Oh, it's even called the Floor Eater.
Even? Well, haven't seen it yet. When I thought of the floor eating thing, I thought of something that was made right when slime blocks came out. It was like there were a lot of people involved with like Deco and Gel and a lot of others, and they made this thing which just like took the top row of blocks and put it 1 up or 2 up or something. Then you could stack it
One
behind each 1 up, yeah, and then you stacked it behind each other and elevated
Like,
in.
It's like the
everything.
onion peel method.
Yeah, exactly. But like it only went one way, and
Yeah, and you would have to basically for each block you would have to do that on each Y level.
I don't really
Mhm.
understand how the onion peel method should work. I don't really get it how this makes a 3D quarry. Just
I
lifts
think-
up one plane. And
I think that sort of hypothesis, the onion peel one, was made before we really knew what the limestone would look like for quarry stuff.
Yeah, like it was basically the earliest video on the subject, so.
I guess
Yeah.
if you like if you have all the fancy quarries like and like super fast and so on, you like sit there and are like, I want to make a really complicated one. That could be a way to do it. To go. Yeah, floor eater.
Well,
I
the
have to look
approach
at
I
that.
had to the approach I had in mind for the vertical quarry wasn't really floor eater based. It was what I had in mind ideally was you have sort of a 2-way self-returning flying machine that flies down to the surface, would grab some blocks, go back up to some sort of stationary control system, and that would keep on taking the blocks off of it and sending it back down. And when it returned empty, it would move it forward 1 block.
yeah, that would be.
It'd be really.
would also suggest that because I would first bring everything to a certain height before mining, fixating X and Z coordinates, so you need less holes.
The problem is that'd be very slow, and I'm not even sure you could make it more than 2-dimensional.
But a funny thing is, I had the same idea, like on Tuesday or something, and I think I showed it to Niels or Wout or both. Like Wout came up with the horizontal flying machine,
What?
and I was like, hey
I
Wout,
did?
it was basically the same thing. I wanted to go down to pick this block up and then fly back up.
But I built you a vertical one, right?
Yeah, you built the flying machine for it, but I never really thought of like the picking up thing, and also the turning around part is not working for it. So
Well, I guess I can give you mobile inverter, which also moves. Okay, that's specific.
yeah, like
Reversing can be a bit tricky at the bottom because, unlike with the horizontal one, the vertical one, you basically have slime blocks on the same like column as the redstone block. So at the bottom station, you basically need double extenders to reverse the redstone blocks without actually making contact with the slime blocks as they are coming down. That's kind of annoying. So, which is why I'm really happy that the machine I built only needed to work for the top reversal. Because down the bottom reversal is something I'm not even trying for now. But yeah, I guess that's kind of off topic.
Nothing
Yeah.
is off topic in here.
Hey, it's slime blocks, it's Redstone, Minecraft.
hey,
okay.
we decide what the topic is, so I guess we can talk about
Yeah.
everything we want, right?
In the first couple of episodes we had, this is the topic. Lately, it's we will see what the topic is. So
Yeah, maybe the topic of this podcast will be fairies and the flying spaghetti monster.
yeah, and
Who
we
knows?
have a little bit of side talk about Quarries. And
Yeah.
I'm down with talking to about the spaghetti monster.
Okay. When did you eat spaghetti?
Huh?
When did you eat spaghetti?
Monday.
Last time, 3 days ago.
Okay. That's all already.
Yeah, no, like the big problem with the vertical one is also the gravity blocks, right?
Yeah.
Have you guys any fancy ideas of fixing that problem or so
Enderman.
far?
And I'm happy.
Trust the Enderman.
Well, you can go through the entire section and just get rid of all of the gravel. No, okay, that's a bit annoying, I have to admit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the
but-
same as going to an entire segment
Yeah, like
section
And-
and place cobblestone at Y16.
Well,
Not
that's
really
not true.
practical.
well, if you have to go down and find all the gravel, you might as well mine everything. Otherwise, you won't know
Yeah.
for sure that you got all the gravel, right?
I know it wasn't really a practical solution. Like with lava and dungeons and stuff, you can at least just X-ray for a bit trying to find them, but gravel can be everywhere, so that was.
As
more
long
of a
as you
joke.
use vanilla X-ray, if that's still working.
It still works.
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure there was still some way to get it working.
Yeah, like with the FOV thing, or I think with resource packs it still works.
I think I saw something on Doc's server, not on his world. That's called the world tour. I think I once saw something on there, which was where you use leaves in the minecart or something, which is kind of weird because
Oh,
It's
leaves
not-
in the minecart on fast. Does it still work?
yeah, which is really strange because like as far as I understand it, like they just made all of these blocks like you can't look through them anymore. You can just
Yeah,
have
like
them.
the thing is, if they check for like if you are inside, but if you like they don't check constantly, right? And
Mm-hmm.
if you're in the minecart, they just do like the random update that changes it, and until then you can look through, right? I think that's how it is. I think Dan made a video about explaining how the new thing works, and we will link that. So any
Okay.
misinformation will hopefully be resolved by that. But yeah, like now it's when it knows that you're in the block, it will turn it both sided, so you cannot see anything. But when it doesn't know it, like there's some, like randomly just turns it double sided, and then you also cannot see it anymore.
Yeah, a long time ago when I just added that, I was doing stuff with a selection panel for a map I was working on, but yeah, I never finished. So I was teleporting people into glass to make it look like they are in cells, because I thought, oh, that looks fancy. And it works, but after a while, you cannot see anything. And if you get teleported in, you can also not see. So I was removing the glass block, teleporting in, placing a glass block again, and then still after a while, you cannot see anything. That's kind of stupid. I don't know why they added that. Because it's glass, and the only thing you can see otherwise is the stone brick next to it. So
Yeah, it does really make sense for glass, but I guess for everything else, it's a good way to prevent X-raying.
yeah.
But yeah, like there's still other ways. So yeah. I
Good.
guess
Go ahead. Sorry.
I guess if you want to go back to the quarry and discuss more problems about the quarry and things you've been working on, I'll question the other way around. What have you been working on lately? If you want to tell, if you don't want to.
Who is you?
Myren and Jazz.
The last thing I worked on specifically for the quarry was the signaling blocks I was talking about earlier.
I didn't really work too much pro quarry lately after my video. I just mainly thought about it and did some theoretical technology stuff, messing up pistons. Because I also like doing that. Something I just opinion.
I'm sorry, did you ask me something?
Yeah, well, it's just like in our podcast, we often also just talk about stuff we did last week.
Alright. Well, I think I decided that I'm just gonna scrap, actually, the current quarry design and just start from fresh so I can get the control systems on top, get the signaling blocks working.
But technically,
you're
you
deleting
didn't
your
do
world.
anything then.
Sorry, I didn't hear either of you.
Sorry, yeah, you're going
So you're deleting your world then. If you're starting over.
Huh? No,
It's
just
getting too messy.
Earlier, you talked about getting it more, getting setup time lower and making it cheaper. And in the Sky group, we also talked a lot about that. And do you think getting the balance between setup time and cheaper and speed is a problem, or do you just not care really that much about it so far?
well, right now it seems like with the current quarry, I'm not really seeing a way that it's gonna be practical. Like, I wouldn't choose my quarry over just putting a ton of dispensers with TNT over whatever area I wanted to mine out.
No, but TNT is hard to get. It uses sand.
I mean, still with just mining for most areas, I'd choose that. Even...
I think for the end island, the quarry designs that have been shown so far.
Yeah, the end's a different story.
Would be really interesting because of how slow endstone mining is. Also something. Yeah, no, go ahead.
Oh, what I was just gonna say is, but what I was just getting at is that I think right now the matter on my mind isn't just cleaning up the quarry, getting like how easy it is to build it up better. Like right now I'm just trying to work on like radically changing like the actual setup of which flying machines go where, to try to get it where most of it's above ground. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
That makes sense.
Alright.
Because right now, I think the best I can do is setting it up so that you only need to mine out 2 sides of the whatever area of blocks you want to mine out. And even that's gonna be sort of pushing it with the slimestone.
2 is already pretty good, I would say. Until now, it's 4 sides, so.
Question.
Answer.
Good. If there's an answer for this, I would really be cool. But I just thought of this. Like, what if you remove the conveyor? I just put the wither cage in the upwards thing, right next to your dropper for the first wall eater. If you somehow make a movable thing that also moves the block upwards.
I was thinking about that.
I guess depends on how
I'm
fast
sure
it
it's
is, really.
I mean, I've made a fully pushable conveyor belt, but I never got it successfully kind of cooperating with my wall eater. But yeah, it's possible in theory, but I've never done it in practice.
I guess then you also would have only to dig one hole, right?
Yeah, but another little thing is the wall eater sticks out. It's pretty wider than the area it picks up. Yeah, so I've been trying to figure out if there's a way I could put like, I don't know, 2 sort of arms that grab the blocks that are further out than the edges of the wall eater, so that you can keep the span of the wall eater within the width of the quarry, so you don't need to mine out any extra area on the sides.
It would also be cool if the wall eater, because now it's if it can pick up blocks when it goes to the north and also when it goes to the south, when can, or back and forth or whatever.
Yeah, like in the chat we talked about optimizing a lot, and like for the designed, Jazz has made a video of, like how the conveyor waits always until it's the first volley drops of blocks to move, and how you could cut down time on there. And there was the idea of making a volley so that turns around as soon as it picks up blocks. I haven't looked into your returnable flying machine so far, but I don't think that would fit in the volley, right?
No, I doubt that thing's even pushable.
Yeah, but that could be an interesting thing, and I know maybe some really smart people out there are listening and getting ideas, and maybe want to do something like that. And if you do, please let us know. Yeah.
Well, I suppose like I don't know a lot about quarries, as I already said, but there's really anything to talk about? Enemy,
Yes.
Niels, or Chad or Myren, like.
Oh, for some stuff I did this week, there was a solar eclipse over at my place.
Oh my god, not over
I
here.
was waiting, but no, it was foggy that day.
Actually, the clouds were perfect over here, like you could see the sun through.
And now I have to wait either 6 more years or about 60 years.
no,
2081,
that's
right?
one-
Or
no, that's-
82.
Yeah, in 2020.
2026, I think was gonna be a good one as well.
Oh, and 2080.
2081, I think, is a full one. Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I missed
Yeah,
this
very
one because
important
I was working.
Well, we had a lecture like 5 minutes afterwards, but
I didn't have class for that hour.
oh, oh well.
Yeah.
So yeah, very important news this week.
Yeah.
In other news, Niels, what have or anyone really, what have you done this week?
Not a lot. Digging.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of
Without a
survival
quarry.
in the free time I had.
Okay, so Enemy and Niels have been digging for a week.
I
Very
also
interesting.
made this quarry group.
Oh. Made a Skype chat. Oh.
Yeah, like highly advanced and very time consuming. No, like actually, like sometimes catching up with the Skype chat is kind of hard for me because like in other Skype chats that I'm in, like people write like one sentence and it's like 10 words and it's it, right? And then
For instance, in a TRQ chat, it's on Thursday to Friday. No, from Wednesday to Friday, nobody says anything in there. And then in the weekend, it gets a bit active, and on Monday, Tuesday, maybe, and after that, it's silent again for the rest of the.
Yeah, we don't do that much in there.
Yeah, but
So-
like in the Quarry chat, well, I think it's actually a really good thing, is that like stuff is longer. Like everyone explains what he means quite a bit, and I think I understand everything they say. So. And yeah, I think it's really cool that like you guys are communicating so much and thinking about it so much and working on everything.
Really glad that a lot of other
It's
people
nice
got
that you
involved in
guys
this.
are working.
I couldn't understand what Jess said. Can you please repeat
Oh,
that?
I just said it's really nice that a lot of people are working on this because it felt like 4 or 5 months ago when I started on in a quarry text. Whenever the theory craft on quarry came out was when I started thinking about this. It didn't really seem like anyone else was making that sort of the focus of what they were doing with I don't know, with their whatever redstone they were working on. But then to see all this happen over the past couple months is really nice.
Yeah, like when I was like thinking of who to add to this group, I was like, yeah, like Myren of course, and Jazz and Sankan, and then I thought of Redstone because he made the thing in third freeway pushing thing, right? And then I was like, who else made like videos on Quarry stuff?
I didn't make videos, but I'm in the chat, so I'm surprised.
Yeah, like I added you first actually to see like can I make a group chat without calling anyone? Because yeah, and then it went from there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think very few people actually will waited on the quarry.
Yeah, like I saw a lot of people in comments on your videos who are like having ideas and so on, but I have no indication that they're actually working on it. So I guess I could try to add some of those, but I'm
Can
not
you
sure if they
click the-
actually.
click their name and then go to their channel and see if they have any videos about it?
Yeah, like so far I haven't found like anyone who made real quarrytech so far. Like I guess a Floyd thing would something that would be interesting to look at, and maybe he's a guy who also wants to be in this group and could be doing more quarry stuff soon. But yeah, like there were some guys, but yeah, it's hard to tell if they're like actually working on something or they're just like having an idea and then just moving on again. And yeah. Like if you're listening to this, well, I don't think I have to say it, otherwise you wouldn't listen to this and wouldn't hear about it. But yeah, like if you're working on stuff and want to be in this group, let me know, like Twitter, comment, whatever, and we will make that work, I guess. Just realized quick thing that we forgot in news was the person from last week who made the most efficient single iron farm, Nasm Nasmus, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, made a second video about creeper chambers. And he did basically the same thing he did for the iron farm video, where he removed the random chance of the lightning spawning. So now for him, lightnings are spawning all the time. And he shows that with the standard quote-unquote creeper chamber design, where if like trapdoors on top, the lightning is less likely to hit the creeper than when you have no block up on top. So that's something quite interesting. And if you want to collect charged creepers, that's something you should account for.
I've never did anything with charged creepers.
Like
Since they added it.
I kind of feel it's not really worth it, just because like you get creeper heads from it and they don't do that much that it's worth the pain of getting them.
Yeah, I catched a charged creeper once, and I was building something, and hey, there's a charged creeper on the roof. Oh, well, let's try to catch it, and I catch it together and with someone else, and after that, yeah, that's it.
Well, we might need some way of protecting the quarry from lightnings, because lightning can actually update pistons and break the quarry especially if it's several days to complete its tasks. So
yeah, we need glass generators and make a glass roof on top.
and maybe a cobblestone bridge generator.
Yeah, you don't need a glass.
But then it's dark and you can't see anything.
Yeah, but having it dark doesn't interfere with the quarry mining.
Yeah, but you can't look at the quarry then.
And turn up your brightness.
Or do it in the end, then you don't have any lightning.
Well, in the end, you don't have lightnings either. So.
Yeah. No, like actually, we didn't have the segment last week where we did talk about what we did. Like, but last week we finished the first of the sugarcane farm, and we had quite a lot of fun with that and updating our water and so on. And I was at work and was actually thinking about like, what if a lightning strikes the sugarcane farm and will it break? And I think it actually will. So yeah, that would be a huge pain, and we have to fix for that. But
just log off when there's lightning then.
Yeah, I think we're through pretty much. If no one wants to say anything anymore,
I don't want to say anything.
Well, we could talk about the great things we've done this week.
Sure. What great thing have you done this week? Since you're asking so nicely.
Oh, I did a lot of great things this week. One of which is working on a project I already said I wouldn't talk about. So that's very great. That's obviously very great because I'm working on it, and because it's secret. It must be very special. I would never just make a prank video which is secret. So yeah, apart from that, I also made a filter yesterday for Red Ice Master, also known as Daniel Kitan, which basically armor stands have this tag basically disabled slots, which indicates what slots in which you can't interact with in certain ways, like what slots can you place a new item in, what slots can you replace the item, and what slots can you remove items from, and that for all slots. And the thing is that they save that all of those like boolean values, like true or false, all of those are saved inside of a single integer to keep things compact. And as a result, they it's a bit hard to determine unless you know stuff about bit fields. So yeah, I basically just made a filter which made that easier, but I'll probably release it in a couple of weeks or something.
In a couple of weeks. Soon.
Well, yeah, because I want to actually kind of release the slime stuff first. That's all, really.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess most thing I done this week was like digging and survival.
Didn't we
And-
say that just a moment ago?
Yeah, I think I'm repeating myself.
Yeah.
No, you would never do that.
Didn't you just say that just a moment ago?
No, I will never repeat myself.
Wait.
Okay. Everyone said what he did this week.
Yes,
yeah.
I also waste my time making bad jokes in the work group. And that does counts. I think that's about it for the technical stuff. I also worked a tiny bit on Dog Shots, which luckily has a
Tiny
server
bit.
back online, so we can continue working on it. Yay!
Yay.
That's it really for me. So, Myren worked on one zero tick stuff though, right?
Yeah, but nothing too interesting. Well, I could make a video on messing up pistons at some point because I make pistons without heads and delete blocks with them and survival. And
Deleting
had-
blocks in survival.
yeah,
Bedrock?
That sounds pretty hard, like big action stuff and
No,
then
like-
holding
like-
left
yeah, you
click.
can't get them in the right direction, but you can get pistons without heads in the overworld. Somehow delete the block 36 of an extending piston head using quivers or explosions or that.
Interesting because what is it like piston with like some metadata like 8 or 9 or something? Was the piston head less?
Yeah, piston with metadata 8 to 13, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, like a while back, like I had early shifts, and I woke up like at 4 a.m. or something, and I looked on TeamSpeak and like Panya and Sankan were like derping on the Redstone server, and it broke blocks outside of his plot. I can talk today, and they used those pistons for that. Yeah, it was quite interesting.
So they basically cheated on the server and they're gonna get banned for it.
No, I think they tried to try to fix it in the end, but yeah, they also launched like sent like thousands of blocks. Like I think there was like a 7-cent block that was like 5,000 blocks away from where it started or something.
Whoa.
Yeah,
X.
it's just a lot of TNT minecarts, and I think they disabled that since then. So yeah, no, interesting that you can do that in survival. Didn't know that. Would be interesting if you made a video about that. Would be
Yeah,
cool.
I could make a video general on ST and piston technology, comparator, and the update timing. I also got my ghost block generator. Make a video on the general technology. Yeah, I don't know. Other than that, and this week I made a quarry.
I think no, Jess, did we leave you out? I hope not.
No, I've just been quiet again.
Okay.
What
you
was the
have
question?
anything
What have I
more
been
to
working
talk
on?
Yeah, this week you.
Oh, nothing else survival really. This is just technical survival stuff mainly, right? Or
No, we do also
Oh.
creative and well.
And solar eclipse, that's not technical survival.
Oh yeah, that's, of course that's
well,
the
that's
solar
technical survival reality.
Yes. solar eclipse vital to your survival.
In Minecraft, they should also add solar eclipses that you can have once every so many days, and it's only when you're in that region of the world you can see it. I don't know.
On the suggestions Reddit, I saw that it comes up quite often that seasons should be a thing. What do you guys think about that?
Seasons depends on how they would be implemented.
Yeah.
Bit of a vague statement.
I do think that they should add all our planets that you can see them in the sky, because now, yeah, they a while ago they added some cool stars, but yeah, they're just dots.
So you want like one bigger star that looks not like a dot? And
No,
then you'll be happy.
it should be something that maybe sometimes you can see Jupiter. Or
Like if you want different star, like a bigger star that looks like Jupiter, you could do that in a resource pack.
yeah, but then you see it every night, and then no.
I guess, is there like a thing where you can have multiple textures for something and it just randomly chooses one?
Yes.
I'm not sure if that's the same for the stars, but I guess it could work.
Well, would it
have
be
to try.
possible to
I
just
know that
do
when the
a...
one texture pack I used earlier, it had multiple Steve skins. So some people who didn't have the skin loading, had a green jacket and the other one had a blue jacket, something like that was.
Yeah, like there's also texture packs that have like different skins for the mobs, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Jess, you wanted to say something?
Oh, I was just saying maybe you could do an animated sort of background for the sky and have it be really slow. I don't know, it's an idea.
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess it could work. Like you have like just a couple
Well,
thousand of frames.
Yeah.
It's like coming back to seasons. I generally think seasons like don't really fit because you have like all the biomes which
Yeah.
are like.
Well,
I
Yeah,
don't-
it sounds like something that breaks ice farms and that. And
Yeah,
snow
like-
golems. I don't want snow golems to die because it's summer and I want my...
Well, it seems like it'd be nice if it was just purely an aesthetic thing. Like maybe the colors got more orangey in like a sort of fall season.
yeah,
Sort of like how the biomes just change colors.
like if you think what like makes a different seasons like fall, oh the leaves fall down, like I don't think that's happening in Minecraft. Like I guess you could have like different tints for different textures and during seasons, which could be nice and like wouldn't change anything on the gameplay. But like
Really weird if get destroyed in autumn, generated in spring. Absolutely weird. Yeah. So I think
Yeah,
that fully aesthetic is the way to go.
yeah, like for example for a desert it wouldn't like, or for taiga it doesn't make sense to have that many seasons because they're like either cold or hot all the year basically.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like I guess for plains, well, like I guess you don't want plains, you don't want snow in plains because that's not how the game works, right? So it would be weird to have like winter in plains and still the same. I don't know. Okay, I guess that's all for today.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay then.
Wout,
Yes.
do the outro.
Okay.
No quotes.
Yes. I thought of the final tests to test the
Your quotes are not
Audiences-
working.
yeah to test the audience's attention span. So this is gonna be an extremely easy quote. If no one else does, then that means I am utterly.
Okay, this is gonna be an easy one. Okay, go on. Sorry.
So this is gonna be the easiest one so far, and it's gonna be very hard to. No, it's not. So yeah, if no one answers this one, we can now know for sure that I am officially the most boring person on the planet. So the quote for this week is Wout, do the Wout show. You need to state one person who has ever said that. And hint, it has something to do with the podcast, but I'm not sure what. So yeah, that's it really. So for the rest of the Wout show, I guess I'll say something about Niels and enemy laughing, trying to make it rhyme. Then now I'm coughing, and I think it is time to end this podcast.
Bye,
See ya.
everyone.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.